Welcome back, folks, to another episode of the not the D. To another episode of Toilet Wine.
Flush sound.
Hit the flush sound. As you can see or hear,
classic.
it's just me and Joe today.
Say bold. You have to say bold.
It's just me and Joe, or as we call it, I'm toilet and he's wine.
Oh, is that right? I'll take it.
We have.
I didn't know we had. That was our call sign. I will take mine.
Yeah, but you can't make yourself without me.
I know, but I also like being the second name in both podcasts. I'm toilet. He's wine.
Right, we'll have to make shirts.
We'll crank them up Sunday mornings. Whip them out Wednesdays.
We'll have to make two different shirts. One's just a picture of me wearing a shirt that says, "Hello, my name is Toilet," and a picture of you on another shirt that says, "Hello, my name is Wine."
No, but mine's going to be General Egregious.
But we'll only sell the pictures.
He has a bottle in each arm. That's going to be that one because you're ranking that shirt. It's about to get egregious.
But we always make Toilet Wine when Dylan isn't around, usually because he can't find his laptop charger.
Yeah.
And he always sends in some crazy reason on why he can't do it. And this might be the most reasonable, or at least expected, reason I've ever heard from him.
Mm-hmm. He can't come today.
He was doing an oil change on the BMW X1.
Oh, yeah.
Finished, lowered it off the jack. His laptop was right under the car, crushed under the tire.
Oh, no. So that actually the laptop is smashed up. His two loves.
The charger. He knows where the charger is now, but it's
that sucks.
It's not going to do anything.
Microphone works, everything. And his two lives collided. This is what it's like when worlds collide, I guess you could say.
This is what it's like.
Mm-hmm. What if they have the 8-bit version of that I can use as a commercial break? I don't know. That's one of Rob Zombie's brother. You know we brought him up before in the podcast.
All the time.
So, Dom, what is it really that's going on here? It's got the system going total control.
Oh.
And is there anybody out there?
Joe, we're... Yes, continue.
No, I think I talked.
He doesn't know the rest of the words. He doesn't know the rest of the words.
Well, I mean, come on, I teed you up for it. I teed you up for it, but if you want to just keep asking me how to spell the words or whatever.
Joe, tonight we're talking about not Rob Zombie's brother or Rob Zombie.
Oh yeah,
we're talking about teleportation.
Teleportation device, as one of our podcast guests who's never on the podcast, Jeff Ramos, used to say all the time. He was only on the Wallace episode, but yes. Teleportation device, aka going from one place to another in the blink of an eye. And we're not just talking about it like in science fiction. We're talking about the real stuff, people here. The real teleportation that really happened. No,
we're not talking about Star Trek.
No, get your Star Trek.
Talking about Galaxy Quest, which I watched again last night. It's a very,
we're not doing that.
Film.
No Stargate
never give up, never
action. Surrender. No. This is actual teleportation that happened in our world.
What about Stargate SG-1? It's a different thing.
Not even SG-1 or Atlantis, the other one.
What about Stargate Atlantis? Fuck, you beat me to it.
Beat you to it. Yeah, no, none of that. None of that's going to happen. We're not talking about Nightcrawler from X-Men. You know what I mean? We're talking about actual teleportation in real stories of real people that happen. We have stories that range all the way from ancient history all the way to, what was it, Dom, 2 weeks ago? So this is going to range quite a bit. But
I think it was about a week ago.
About a week ago. So, yeah, we have a big scale for you here. We're going to tell you some stories, but real teleportation. And we're going to tell you the nitty-gritty details and what we actually think happened or what we think didn't happen. That's the day. That's the, what do they call it? That's the freak of the week. That's the bite of the night. That's what we're going to be doing today. Take it away, Dom.
That is what we're doing today. And Joe, I'm going to start us off with a doozy.
Oh, I love to start off with a doozy.
We're going to start off.
I can't see straight, and I can't walk straight.
We're gonna start.
Hell yeah!
Would you spin around a wooden pole for 15 times and try to run and go do some hula hooping?
Yeah, I was doing hula hooping on the wooden pole, if you can believe that. I was spinning.
You spin me right round.
Mm-hmm.
Joe, we're going to start our journey.
Pitbull song. Or is that, no, it's Flow Rida. The classic Flow Rida.
Flow Rida. Oh my God, Joe.
Oh, come on.
Do you even care about music?
Well, wow, come on. It's Dead or Alive is the actual song, of course, right? That's the I stand original DOA.
Yes, Joe, we all know that.
Actually, no one knows
God,
that.
what an idiot.
And as far as my life is concerned, no one I've met actually knows that shit. So I'm
Yeah, the
here to
Dead or Alive
preach.
version is like really fucking good though.
I like that version. It's like a
What
version.
am I kicking? Oh, it's an empty beer can.
I can't imagine
So
those
Joe,
are
we're gonna
around
start
you.
our journey off in Argentina,
Argentina. Okay.
which is in South America. We're starting off
For
in
all you non-geography
early
heads out
May.
there. Thanks, Dom. Give us a little. The Southern Hemisphere.
Well, I'm just so
A
I'm
bit
just so used to
wet.
Dylan being here and not knowing obvious things, but
I
then
know.
knowing things that no one should know.
I know. As far as I knew, they have it might not be true now, but when I learned the fact, they have the third most aircraft carriers in the world, which might have changed
I
since I
have heard
learned it.
something along those lines before.
Yeah, because they have like 3 aircraft carriers, and like no one has them besides, I guess, America and Russia. But I think that China might have overtaken that now.
Yeah, and then there was that
Isn't
time
that weird
in the Cold War.
Gold member, like
Vid?
why would because other countries just don't need aircraft carriers. They don't have the aircraft
Yeah.
capable.
Then there's also that like short period during the Cold War when Pepsi owned a
Hey, every
submarine.
man's dream. Am I right, Dom?
Anyways,
We're back,
in Argentina.
Yes,
It's May.
It's totally
May
a lie.
of 1968.
All right.
Dr. Geraldo, or probably is the G silent or an H? I can never
It's
remember.
an H. Yeah, H. Geraldo.
So Dr. Geraldo Vidal and his wife Rafa. They left their house to go. They were driving about 60 miles, I believe it was, to
probably kilometers
for,
in Argentina.
Like an event for a party.
Yeah, sure. A fiesta,
What?
as it were.
What?
Well, it'd be kilometers. Argentina doesn't use miles, but yeah, fiesta. I got you. I'm just trying to
I know.
translate.
I did the math. I did rough mental math. That's why I'm not certain on how far it is.
You like it rough, don't you, when it comes to mental math? Don't you? You fucking sick puppy.
I like it when you drive me mental.
You sick little Pepito.
They're going to a party, meet up with some friends. One of their neighbors is also going.
Okay.
The Vidals left. Sorry, Vidals. I don't really care.
Doesn't matter.
Left slightly before the neighbors. The neighbors
it only matters if it's
them
Japanese,
leave.
and you know that.
That's true.
All the time. But it is the same. Go ahead. Sorry.
Well, what do you know? They never show up to the party.
Uh-oh. What could have happened?
Their neighbors are like, we saw them leave. What's going on? They're panicking. They're looking. They call the police. They're searching for 2 days.
Wow. 2 days. That's the part. Did they even go to the party, or they went on full-on search party? I guess that's a certain type of party to go to, a search party.
Still a party.
A search fiesta.
What's better than a party with no alcohol? A search party.
With
for
still
alcohol.
No alcohol. For alcohol,
okay.
Yeah.
Still no alcohol. At least you're feeling some adrenaline there.
Yeah.
Whereas for a party with no alcohol, you're just shaking.
Yeah. And it's a lot harder to go to sleep when the search party is over than that. Good luck.
So 2 days later, the Vidals wake up in their car.
Oh, it's definitely not Vidal. It's either Vidal or Vidal. It's not Vidal.
Yeah, no, I've said it different every single time.
If you say Vidal, I'm gonna freak out. You're trying to do the vowel sounds thing.
I'm trying to tell a story, so I'm trying to do. Son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's fair.
They wake up in their car, dazed and confused.
Fuck yeah, nice reference.
Last thing they remember was driving into a patch of fog.
Very mysterious.
When they open their eyes, parked on the side of the road, they don't recognize their surroundings at all. They see a mountain in the distance. They're on a small dirt road. They don't know where they are. They're like, all right, well, we'll just stay here until we see a car drive by. They flag someone down, start asking some questions. People immediately go,
wait, no, they lost their car at this point?
They're still at their car.
But they need a car to drive by to like talk to them or whatever and be like, where am I?
Yes, they have someone to talk to.
Yeah, because this is a 60s.
Find out where they are. There's no signs where they are. They ask someone for help. The person goes, you sound weird. And they're like, what? No, you sound weird. They find out they're in Mexico.
That's not near Argentina. That's a lot of kilometers away from there.
No.
Dang.
So they ask where they are. They're like, oh, you're near Mexico City. So they drive to Mexico City, go to the Argentina embassy or whatever their version of that is, because it was not called embassy in the story I read.
But
I
it's the
don't remember
same
the word.
thing, though. Embassy.
Same thing.
Probably not, but
Request
yeah,
to see.
something similar to
Oh, it
that.
wasn't in English. That's why I didn't understand it.
Yeah. Well, I don't think embassy is an English word either. It's probably like French or something like that. Like
It's probably French.
embassy,
Embassy.
envoy.
Um, they request to talk to like their counselor. They go, all right, yeah, sure. Like they
They're
brief
feeling
them on
that
everything
itch.
that there's
They're
going
like,
on.
I don't know. I think I'm going to start drinking. I think that honestly, I don't want to jump ahead of the story, but I think they never stopped drinking. I have a suspicion they pregame before that fiesta they're supposed to go to. But I'll let you continue the story because I don't know the story. So please tell me more.
Guy comes out. They talk with him. They tell him everything that's going on. He goes, all right, uh, we'll call everyone in Argentina, let them know. They
Mm-hmm.
actually let the guy call his friend, like his neighbor, and be like, hey, we're in Mexico. They're like, what the? Okay, so you're alive, but how the fuck did you get to Mexico?
Mm-hmm.
They have no idea. Everything's jogged down. They don't tell anyone. They fly them back to Argentina. A few weeks later, it leaks to the press, and
Yeah.
there was never any answers. How did they get to Mexico from Argentina?
In only 2 days? Impossible! In a car? I don't know the answer to this story, Dom. We need to look into this teleportation situation here. I mean, has there ever been a bigger version of trying to change your plans? They're like, I just want to stay home tonight. Like, we're going to the party. You're like, Alice just drive to Mexico. I don't want to go.
Let's drive to Mexico and say we teleported here.
They probably felt bad after their friends looked for them for 2 days, even though they didn't want to hang out with them that night because they got too fucked up on coke and cervezas, and they were like, all right, let's fucking get out of here. So that's it. They teleported with the car because a lot of these stories aren't going to involve.
I'm a doctor. People can't know I went on a tequila fueled hell ride to Mexico and didn't remember any of the driving.
Yeah, the steering wheel fell off when you're driving. Exactly. It's like it's really bad avoidance. It sounds like to me that they just couldn't stand to go to that party and just took off. But a lot of these stories aren't going to involve vehicles, which I think helps the teleportation.
They probably shouldn't. We were in our car, we blinked, and we drove for 2 days.
I mean, they wouldn't say that because that's embarrassing. It's better to be like, oh, how did we get here? We teleported. Because a lot of the teleportation stuff, it's your physical form moving from one place to another, not you and all your surroundings, fucking DeLorean style. Because they didn't have a flux capacitor in their car, did they? Otherwise, it would have just been like,
I don't think so. Well, it was 1968. It was invented in 1955. So
yeah. Oh, and Back to the
it's not
Future,
unheard of.
they always go in the same spot, just a different time, right? They don't go different places in a different time. It's always the same.
That's true because they're traveling
It's
through
always
time,
Hill
not
Valley.
space.
Yeah, they travel only through time. Which I mean, Einstein tells us, Dom, they're the same thing. It's space time. It's one thing. Okay.
Einstein tells us, Nazis bad. I moved to USA.
One of his classic quotes. He's a quote machine. That's on all those college
his
dorms.
Awesome portrait of Einstein with his tongue sticking out.
Yeah, and it says Nazis bad. I go to United States. It's the classic poster. Everyone had that dorm. It was that and the Pink Floyd one where it's all the naked chicks and it's the album covers and you just see their bums. It's a classic college dorm poster. And the Tupac one.
Wallace has both of those set up in his apartment in my house.
He's in.
Oh, did I tell you that he brought his own domicile inside of my house?
That's very disrespectful, I gotta say.
It's like a plastic play castle that he's got a bed in there. He's putting posters up.
That's really cute, actually, but it's disrespectful.
He keeps accusing me of leaving trash on his front lawn, but it's just me standing in front of his house.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty good bit, actually. I got to give him that one. That's pretty good. I think he's had a failure to launch, though. He's like a prolonged adolescence. He's a man in his later years of his life. He's still acting like a college.
I'm just happy he's out of my bed. I'm just happy he's not in my bed anymore.
Yeah, well, that's what you'll see on the podcast.
Because the thing is, when I went to bed, he wasn't there. I would wake up with him there. That was the disturbing part.
Yeah, and you had felt all over your undergarments, and you're like, that seems suspect to say the least.
Yeah. Wallace, why are your hands tied behind your back?
Yeah. This one seems pretty cut and dried to me. And also the fact that the people who were involved, I had not a lot to say about. Like, I don't know, one thing I was there, another day I was there. It's not like the instantaneous factor of teleportation really helps the story. It was 2 days later they found in Mexico, and that's when they woke up or whatever. It's like, okay, that's a pretty reasonable amount of time
Yeah.
to drive. It's not close, but you can drive from Massachusetts to Florida in 24 hours. I don't know how fast it is to get to Argentina to Mexico, but I think in 48 hours you probably make it. Right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Couldn't tell you
because
why.
it's not, oh, they were here, now they're gone. It's, oh, they didn't end up where they were supposed to be
They
going.
they saw them leave. That's not a teleportation story. I saw them leave, yeah, and then they didn't go to the party, and then they never showed up. That's not the same. Every missing persons case is a teleportation until you find them. I don't know. It seems kind of suspect. Obviously, they made it far away, but tell it to the FBI when I drive my victims from here to San Jose. They're gonna go, "How'd he teleport there in only 3 days?" I saw
So
him.
it's almost 5,000 miles.
We have a video of him abducting somebody, and the next thing I know, 3 days later, he's somewhere else. So he's fucking teleported. It's the only way to explain it.
I killed this chicken and then it disappeared after I cleaned it out, gutted it, and ate
Vanishing
it.
gag. The only thing is, once they put the cuffs on me, I couldn't teleport out of those, could I? Because I didn't have my
Well, no,
gigawatts.
because you don't have. It's not a power. It's a active
It's an event.
mystery.
Yeah, it could be an act. It could be a divine act. It could be aliens. It could be science fiction. It could be science. We don't know. All these stories have kind of different flow to them
Yeah.
to see how they go. But I do want to throw in one nerdy thing because we're talking about teleporting in time, and I just always want to get this out there. The classic thing, whenever I first learned this, I felt like a complete idiot. And obviously, all time travel is just sci-fi anyway, as far as we know. So it's like fun to be like, oh, well, who cares? It's just like magic. But the idea that you would time travel and you'd be in the same spot, like Hill Valley, you know how they do in Back to the Future, and you go through time but not space, which I told you space time same thing. But and then you just go right where you were now, but 40 years ago, the Earth wasn't there then. Even if you could catch it on its spin around the sun, it was millions of miles. Like I hate to break it to everybody. We're going around the sun. The sun's also moving. Like the whole thing is, it's like watching if you took a mobile for like a little baby and you threw it across the lawn. That's what we're doing right now. There's no center point. We're all moving all the time. So even if you went back in
Yeah.
time and not back in the same space, you would be, hundreds, if not thousands and thousands of miles off from where you were, and millions even at that point. I mean, it's just crazy how much we're moving around. So that's the other thing we have to solve. Once we can go back in time, we have to go back in time and then not end up in empty space by yourself with
Yeah.
no ability to survive.
I
So
saw
that was important to say.
I saw it when Artemis 2 was taking their pictures of Earth while they were up there. I
Yeah.
saw someone be like, "Hey, where are all the fucking satellites? I thought there were like tens of thousands of satellites up there." Then in response, someone took a picture of them in a plane, like of all the city underneath them. They went,
Where's
"Where
the
are all the
city?
people?
Yeah,
Where are the people? There's
8 billion people? I don't see any. Why isn't it like Wall-E where you can see them all surrounding it like giant blocks of junk? Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love people arguing shit like that. They're always trying to do the gotcha, like, got him. It's like, oh my God, real life isn't like
Oh yeah,
movies. I remember when I turned 7, got him. Yeah, I got them.
dude. Did you see that? We'll get back to teleportation in a second. Did you
Yeah,
see
of course.
Logan Paul interviewing Neil deGrasse Tyson, and he asked him why he thinks the
No.
world is round?
No, and I won't watch it. But if you want to tell me about it, it's fine. But you can't make me watch that. That's so.
I don't remember exactly. I kind of watched it and went, "Oh, I wish I didn't watch that."
Yeah, I can't do that. I love Neil Tyson. Neil Tyson. I do agree though, is kind of douchey. Even though I do like him a lot, he's kind of a douchey because
He is. He's grown a lot douchier over time.
He's
too.
got because he's too famous now. He sniffs his own farts, but I do still respect him because he's an actual scientist. He's not just a fucking mouthpiece.
Right. He dumped. I remember he dumped it down to like a 5th grade explanation, and Logan Paul was just like, "But that's what you believe."
Of course. And
I was
also,
just like, "Okay, I'm done with this."
not only is Logan Paul dumb, his job is not to agree with him in that moment. So, because Logan Paul cares about fame and money more than anything. So, like, even if he explained it to him and Logan Paul was like, I can kind of see that, he can't say the phrase, I can kind of see that. He's got to be like, well, yeah, sure. That's what you think, bro, or whatever,
It's like if you tried to convince Andrew Tate that sex trafficking is wrong.
Mm-hmm. He's pot committed in more ways than one.
All right, Joe, you got a story for us about teleportation? Or do you want me to do another one?
No, I do. I want to talk about the transported soldier, which is the first on my list. I got a top 5 list here, and they're all number 1, which I really appreciate. 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. Oh, nice, I did it. So here, this story happens a little bit.
You got to count on your fingers for that.
I want to make sure. the rhythm of saying it.
That's right. Remember, folks, if there's one thing this podcast thrives itself on, so not thrives, prides itself on,
both maybe
is 100% accuracy.
Porque no los dos, as we often say. This one happened a little bit farther in the past. It happened in 1593, excuse me. And it's called The Transported Soldier. The story goes a little like this. This one was too fun not to talk about, because when I first read it, I go, it looks like Mad Libs at some point with all that's going on here, and I really do appreciate it. I'm going to read it off the article here. October 24th, 1593, the soldier. I still don't have his name. Oh, no, here we go. Gil Perez. He was stationed in Manila, which, if you guys don't know, it's not the envelopes. It's the largest city in the Philippines, which were a Spanish colony, and were until America was like, you know what, you guys should be free to be ours, and we fought a war about it. We won. Thank you, Teddy Roosevelt, for that one. He wasn't the president then; he was fighting in the war. Anyway, the soldier was guarding the Palacio del Gobernador, basically the governor's palace in Manila. The night before, the governor, Gomez Perez Desmarianas, was assassinated by Chinese pirates. That's what I was like, oh,
yes. And I want more story on that.
I am paying attention now. Chinese pirates assassinated the governor of the Philippines. The Spanish, obviously Spanish. I mean, the people of the Philippines had no... It's like what happened in South America, or America for that matter. Yeah. It's like the people who took over, they're like, we're in charge, you're all just living here. So all the people who were governors in the Philippines were all white Spanish people. They were not actually Filipino, which obviously that's a little meshed now. Anyways, Chinese pirates assassinated him. But the guards still guarded the palace and awaited the appointment of the new governor. The soldier began to feel dizzy and exhausted. He leaned against the wall and rested for a moment with his eyes closed. I assume this is all from his mouth to not just God's ears, but our ears. I mean, I don't know who interviewed him or whatever happened. When he opened his eyes, a few seconds later, he found himself in Mexico City. I'm sensing a theme here. Maybe all teleportations lead to Mexico. And he was in the viceroyalty of New Spain. Okay, Viceroy, it's a decoy. Thousands of kilometers across the ocean. Yep, love that. Decoy. Some guards found him in the wrong uniform, began to question who he was, because he's wearing the uniform of Manila, the Manila guard ship. The news of the assassination...
And in case you're wondering, Joe,
yes,
it's about 8,800 miles away.
Thank you very much. I like to translate to American, please.
I've been doing a lot of math today.
I appreciate that about you. The news of the assassination of the governor of the Philippines was still unknown, people in Mexico City, because we didn't have email, okay, or the telephone. So they weren't going to know about it until the Pony Express took it across about 100 miles? That can't be true, is it? That's crazy.
8,800 miles.
That's wild.
Mostly ocean.
It's the entire Pacific, right? Yeah, that's a long trip. That's not a short one. And it was still unknown, so he was transported wearing the palace's guards' uniform in Manila. But he knew the governor had died because he saw the Chinese pirates make him walk the plank or whatever they had to do. I'm sorry, walk the prank. Okay, Joe, we're finally done doing the podcast.
Okay, that's going at the end.
I had to do it, dude. It's a prank, bro. It's just a prank. Anyways, they throw him in prison because they think he did dereliction of duty, which even now is not really smiled upon. But months later, he was released from jail, and the authorities let him go back home.
Their immediate thought is, well, clearly you made a fake uniform. So you can pretend that you weren't one of our soldiers.
Or what do you think? He deserted like 6 months ago. He keeps wearing the uniform just to show I'm a deserter. I should have been there right now, but I can't stop wearing the only thing I have. Like, it seems so ridiculous. I think they're just confused. And they're like, classic confused people in ancient times. Not ancient times, but even just pre-modern history. They're like, I'm confused. Take him away. Like
jail.
It's like the droid. Seize them. So they threw him in jail.
Arrest.
That's what it is. You're under arrest. Thank you, Joe. Get that clip. That's what they looked like at the time. They looked like the war droids. And basically, until they got news of it from a Spanish galleon traveling to Mexico, being like, oh, by the way, the governor got assassinated by Chinese pirates. They go, oh, that one guy in the basement hasn't been lying this whole time. We'll let him out. And that's where the tale ends.
And one of the people on the ship that told him the news was like, oh wait, you got one of our guys? Well, let me go check. Like, I saw him. He was guarding the
So
castle,
he
and then he
corroborated the
disappeared.
story. He's like, I know this actual guy, which does help his story too. He's like, not only was I right, this guy recognizes me. So, which is even crazier that he'd recognize him after all the time. I don't know how I'd recognize
Yeah.
somebody 3 months away if I saw them briefly and I don't have like a smartphone to like look at their face again. I'd be like, maybe I saw him. I'm not sure. I probably just see the uniform that he's probably not wearing anymore and be like, yeah, it seems like the guy. 5'2" Spanish fella. Yeah. I don't know if he
What's his name?
actually
Juan?
saw him.
Yeah, that's him.
This one is much more intricate and fascinating, I think, than the people who took a road trip instead of going to a party. But I can still poke holes in it. I can poke holes in anything. Because number one, it's easy to say.
I got a pretty good.
He didn't teleport. That's my first statement. I don't think he did. Because he was abducted by UFOs. That's why. He didn't teleport. He was abducted.
No, Joe, it's because he is Bigfoot and he can move between the dimensions.
Right. And he just is blurry. That's why there's no good pictures of him.
Me too.
What if Bigfoot is blurry?
I got a great theory on this one for why he
Let's hear
is
it.
both from the Philippines and was in Mexico.
Okay.
He hired the pirates to assassinate the governor.
Oh, it was an inside job. I didn't even consider this.
So he hired him. He said, give me 3 months to sail to Mexico. Kill him on this day so I know.
And he's like,
Goes to Mexico. He goes, oh, someone killed the governor of the Philippines.
oh no, how could this have happened?
Let me get this out now so they don't think I'm suspicious, which is the worst thing he could have ever done.
Right, which is, no, you don't want to be the first. No one want to be the first one to yell fire before you see smoke. Then they go, oh, you lit it, didn't you? How did you know there's a fire? Don't want to be the first one to say it. I think what maybe, if your story is correct, which it probably, I mean, this seems like the most fascinating one yet. I think that maybe he didn't have to pay them because he's like, well, if you take it over, you can take over the Philippines by killing the governor and doing like a coup. But he's like, but you have to pay me. It's going to cost you. That's right. All the tea. Not just some of the tea. It costs you all the tea. Yeah, I mean, I like that's my favorite explanation so far.
Give me one of those terracotta soldiers. I want that in my house.
And a terracotta pie for my journey, if you don't mind. Hey, terracotta pie. Hey, terracotta pie. So you think that the Chinese pirates maybe sailed them to Mexico to drop them off and be like, all right, this island's ours now. We'll do a little ferry to you.
Yep.
But they must have gone. I mean, no one says the ship went right from Philippines to Mexico to deliver the news. So they could have beat the news there for sure. And he could have just said, hey, I'm from there. I know this thing. And then the actual news comes later and they go, oh, how would he have known if he was there? He must have been there. Because he was there.
Yeah, I think the guy's still just an idiot, though.
Oh, yeah, there's better ways.
Keep his cool.
Sounds like he couldn't.
It was
he couldn't smoke his cools.
He could have showed him like, I have news from the Philippines. And he was just like, I was just in the Philippines. The governor's dead.
I teleported. Like, okay, there's other ways to say this. Because they like called him a witch, right? They're like, obviously, devil. Like, why would you? It's magic.
They arrested him for like witchcraft and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, you deserve the government and also like, you're the spawn of the devil? Yeah, we'll go with that.
That's what you call a lose-lose situation for a guy like that. But I think it's a fun story. I mean, I'm not really sure. That's basically all there is to it.
Oh, other things that will help prove that it's not real, other than the fact that teleportation isn't possible.
Yeah.
This guy didn't have a name. This was 1593. This guy didn't have a name assigned to him until 1908.
Okay, so that's okay. So they just named him later. So not only is it we have the plausibility, like, did he get there? How did he get there? It probably didn't even happen. They made up the story in 1875 or whatever. Okay, this is how it is.
You also put it up here. There's a great painting from 1908 of him like in his clearly different uniform, like red stockings.
Yeah,
looking sad on a set of stairs.
Oh yeah, I'll put that one in.
3 priests just looking at him like
just splashing holy water on his face to wake him up. It's a fun story.
I think it's titled like Philippine Guard watched by Spanish Inquisitors. Is the name of the painting, I believe.
The only thing the Inquisition doesn't expect teleporters. The Uno reverse card of the Spanish Inquisition. No one expected teleporting Filipino guard. Do they? For all our Monty Python fans out there, I know there's one of you. Hey, he's on the podcast with me right now.
I'm having a great time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Joe, do you want to take our first commercial break, and we'll come back with more stories of teleportation?
Yeah, but for all our listeners and viewers out there, it'll be like they teleported into the future when we're back talking again. We'll see you on the other side of the Pacific Ocean.
Beam me up, Mr. Spark. Beam me up. Lock on transporters. Beam us up. Beam us up. Quickly. Beam us up home. Beam us up.
Prepare to beam us up, Mr. Scott. Beam us up, Mr. Scott.
Prepare to beam us up. Mr. Scott, prepare to beam us up. Have Scotty beam us up. Beam us up. Beam us up. Scotty, beam us up fast. Stand by to beam us up. Scotty, beam me up.
Beam me up.
Beam us up now!
Stand by to beam us up.
No need to beam me up, sir. The situation is under control.
Kind of a weak burp, but we're back, folks.
Disrespectful to the listeners, we love it.
I wish no disrespect to the listeners, just on you, Joe.
Thank you. Who's you, Joe?
He's like one of Wallace's friends. I haven't met him yet, but I'm terrified.
Yeah, you can hear it go and bump in the night, the little blow up castle in your fucking living room.
I woke up one day, the door of his castle.
I'm hanging out with you, Joe. He's the king of games. Your move, Dominic. That's my Wallace impression. And for all the Yu-Gi-Oh fans out there,
you do have you have the best Wallace impression of anyone I've ever heard.
I do. Thank you. It's very rare I get a compliment from you, so I got to take him where I can get him.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, Joe, I drank a beer today.
Okay.
On a day when I wasn't planning on drinking a beer, because I, like you, drank an insane amount of alcohol over the weekend.
We did. Yeah. We're at a bachelor party,
home,
folks, so it's okay.
Then I came home and got a cold immediately, probably because I drank beer out of a keg that keg stands happened on. A lot of mouths on that thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised I'm not sick. I didn't do a keg stand, but I didn't even drink from the keg, not even one drop. But I'm just surprised just from the lack of sleep, amount of alcohol, and number of people in a confined space. I was like, I'm gonna get sick from this. I can't imagine.
And lack of shirts too.
Lack of shirts as well. Yeah. There. But I feel, I wouldn't say I feel great. On Sunday, I had the Sunday scaries wicked hard. I was like, I feel very depressed and bad and like weird, and I didn't feel good at all. But I got over it.
I didn't leave the Cape until 6 p.m.
Oh, didn't you not? Yeah, well, I just went right home and I was just like sitting by myself, like just like skulking and being like, oh, sad, you know?
Yeah, I had.
Your brain can only handle so much fun, and then you have to have a bad day, just like the way the world works. That's why I don't believe heaven is fun all the time, because if it was, like, your brain would have to work completely differently, because like fun all the time immediately becomes not that much fun.
Yep.
But I'll try.
So this week folks, with a guy saying,
sure try. It's Thursday night, and Joey's drinking a freaking tall boy, so I give the best shot. As Pat Benatar once said,
so I
fire away, Dominic. She knew about Wallace.
Fire away. I wasn't going to drink today. I was like, I didn't drink on Monday, drank a little bit on Tuesday, woke
Yeah.
up feeling like even more shit on Wednesday because I drank while I had a cold. Never a good idea.
It does prolong it,
So
yeah.
I was feeling pretty good today. I was like, first day I didn't have to take any medicine. I'm going to do the right thing. I'm still not going to drink and let this one day be fully fine and free and healing.
Yeah.
Then I had the sniffles and I was sniffing it along because I didn't have any tissues near me. I was using both my hands on my laptop.
Oh,
Still doesn't really help the story, but
but I'm disgusted by it.
I accidentally loogied by accident by sniffing in too hard.
Ah.
So I had to spit it out and then went, God damn, I need a beer to rinse this out. And I drank a beer. And that's why I had alcohol today.
You had to. You had to.
I just don't think water would have cut it.
No, I get that. Do need it though. I drank so much
tried
water
to
when I
do a
got back
Dylan
on
story,
Sunday.
and I only lasted 2 minutes.
That was good though. I drank so much water on Sunday that when I woke up on Monday, I was still thirsty. I was like, I don't think I drank a lot of water the entire week. Like I was so dehydrated. Then on Monday, I was thirsty from Sunday, even though I didn't even drink on Sunday.
I brought like a gallon jug of water that I kept behind the bar. I drank like half of it. Then I came in there one time and someone else was pouring it into their glass. And I was like, I'm just not going to say anything.
Right. But I need that. But we all need it.
Yeah. Then the jug got thrown away. Then I probably didn't drink any water the rest of the weekend.
Yeah. I did my classic go to bed, wake up, drink water, and then didn't drink it the entire rest of the time until I got to bed.
I don't need water.
Big glass of water, took
at
3 sips, and then woke up with it full again. I like the SpongeBob episode every time.
Well, it's better than my first night. Whatever. All right, let's get back into talking about teleportation.
Exactly, especially because this episode's going to come out in 2 months, and we're not going to care about the bachelor party anymore.
Yeah,
it's going to be post wedding actually. So let's say for that right now,
for sure,
posterity forever. Congratulations to the happy couple, Evan and Kate. We love you guys.
Absolutely.
Thanks for having us.
I was going through some of our drunk videos from the first night. None of which are really usable. They're so bad.
Yeah,
we were really drunk when we made them. In one part of the video, we all start chanting.
I'll show you. I don't think you want it on the internet, but it's a pretty good one.
I found a video of us. There was like 6 of us shirtless at 2 a.m. chanting, "All hail Evan and Kate," and I don't remember doing that at all.
I think that's worth putting as one of the commercials. It's good stuff. Anyway, we're not talking about
good stuff.
Talking about teleportation DD device.
Joe, I'm gonna give you an option. Which activity do you want to hear about first? Running or swimming?
I'll start with running, and then I'll go to swimming, if you don't mind.
All right, good. Because this is the shorter and stupider one of the two.
Okay. So, like me. Wine.
Yeah.
From Toilet Wine. And then the classic fat kid making fun of himself. I beat you to the punch.
I wasn't even going to do it.
It didn't really work, but, I'm shorter but smarter. But
that's why it works. It works because it didn't work.
Okay.
So there were these 2 friends that were running along. They were running on the trail. We're running buddies. We're going together.
Okay.
One of them said, my shoe's untied. I have to stop. You keep running. I'm going to bend down and tie my shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Friend goes, okay. She keeps running along.
Oh, are they both female or one of them's male or what? I don't know.
They're both female.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
So first woman, she's running. She takes a turn. She goes over a bridge. Next thing you know, she's falling down a cliff.
Oh, sorry.
She's falling down a cliff.
That's not good.
And before she hits the ground, she appears right behind her friend tying her shoe, and they both scream.
She saw her falling out the cliff, and then she appeared behind her.
The person that was tying her shoe
watched her friend
run away,
fall off a cliff.
The friend was going over a bridge. Then all of a sudden, she was falling off a cliff.
Right, and then the next thing they know,
one tying her shoe didn't see any of this. Before she hit the ground, she appeared behind her friend.
So all the shoe tire knows is that her friend is now behind her. She didn't know she almost fell to her demise.
Yes.
She didn't hear this.
Her run away and then appear behind her.
You sure she didn't hear this? And then you're right behind her. Like that. There's no way.
She bounced off a trampoline.
There's no way she would have fallen off a cliff and not screamed so much that she would have been like, oh my God, she's being attacked by a bear or whatever. This seems fake as fuck. This seems like a Reddit, creepy pasta or whatever.
I think it's worse than that.
But
Because
it's real.
first off, even if it is real, her friend fucking ran around the corner, then snuck around a bush and scared her friend.
Obviously. And she goes, "Oh, I just fell off a cliff." And if you don't mind, let's not talk about Israel in this podcast. We already talked about it before.
As long as you stop bringing it up, we won't have a problem.
Well, you just said it. Oh, even if Israel, and you kept going. I was like, all right, I don't want to talk about that right now. Clip it.
Cut
You're
that
the
one.
You're the one who brought it up.
It all
We're
stays
cutting
in.
It all stays in. Yeah. So it's the story told by the sneaker tire, who's the most gullible person on the planet. I'm afraid for her safety running around in the woods like that.
Yeah, who got mad at her friend, and her friend made up a stupid reason for how it happened.
Oh, I fell off a cliff. That's how it happened.
Oh,
yeah, that's a bad one. Not a bad.
Mark, what's all over your bed? Oh, I must have spilt a cup of piss.
That's that level of excuse.
But no, this one, I someday I'm gonna make you watch the video that I watched for this, skimming through, of course, because I don't think you're gonna make it through the whole thing.
Okay.
Half of the stories in this video were just this, like, okay, so this is a story someone just made up on the spot for some reason.
Yeah, like, there has to be some kind of historicity or something, like some kind of bullshit like background. It can't just be like, oh, this one time my friend, she teleported and she was in Boston, and then she showed up for my birthday party in Houston, and she did it like in 1 second. It's like she didn't book the plane tickets, book the hotel a week earlier. Like, no. Yeah, she just showed up.
I saw her in Boston.
I called her and she said, I'm in Boston right now. And then the next thing I know, she walked into TGI Fridays, and I was like, holy shit, how'd you get here? You was teleported. These fucking people are stupid.
So stupid. And yeah, you Google this thing, there's no info on it at all. But I couldn't not bring up the stupid story.
I appreciate you bringing it up, though. All right, swimming.
It's stupid shit like this that keep the legends of teleportation alive, unfortunately.
Respect for that.
Now, I will preface this one, which
Please preface it.
There is a date for this one. I could not find a news story for this, or even like an newspaper article.
Yeah.
I bet it's out there, because this definitely happened.
Okay.
But it's not what they say it is.
There's a little more ground work going on here.
Because
the foundation.
We're going to our favorite state, Joe. We're going to Miami, Florida. All the good shit happens in Florida, as we know.
Oh, the heat is on there, as Big Willie Style told us, and we should always remember.
We're going back to February of the year 2000. Not much has changed, but they still got those towers.
No, that was the Millennium. The Millennium. You couldn't have timed that better with your story. The heat is on.
The heat is on.
If only I could play that song without getting copyright stricken by I mean, I know that we say that, like, Ebenezer Scrooge is the world's most famous power bottom, but I would say that Will Smith is the world's most famous cuck.
Oh, he absolutely is.
He's got to be number one.
Did you see she had a quote recently that said, "I cheated on him to save his ego"?
That is
like, what?
She is a bad person. I'm not saying he's a good person, but she's definitely a bad person. That's really
bad.
That's bad. I had to kill you.
February 2000.
You. It's like there's a knife in my chest. Like, that's because you wanted me to. I'm sorry. I did it for you.
Yeah. You told me how bad you wanted to meet God and go to heaven.
Yeah, I mean, it's so narcissistic. I can't even believe it. Wow.
February.
What happened?
2000. Miami.
Yeah.
A man checks into a hotel. He decides to go swimming in the hotel swimming pool. He's swimming around, enjoying himself. He closes his eyes. He dives under the water. When he pops back up, he's in a backyard hot tub 8 miles away.
He's in Detroit? That's quite a teleportation. That might be as big as Mexico to Argentina, or the other way around. I really thought you were going to say
no, this is
He's 8 miles
No,
away.
not Mexico City on this one.
Yeah, Detroit.
He pops up in the hot tub, confused, doesn't know how he got there. I was just in Miami. What's going on? I'm still in Miami, but I was in a hotel. Now I'm in a hot tub. The family of the backyard is sitting on their patio. They freak the fuck out.
They're horrified.
How did you get in our hot tub? What are you doing here? They call the police. They arrest the guy.
Yeah. He tells a great
Joe,
story.
I have a pretty good idea of what happened on this one.
I think this one's even easier than the Argentina one. The guy's fucked up on drugs.
I think this guy's on meth.
Yeah.
He saw a hot tub and went, I'm going to go take a dip. He hopped in. The family heard the noise. They looked around the corner and went, how'd you get here? He went,
Yeah.
I was just swimming at a hotel
In Miami.
and I showed up here.
That one, I like this one. That one is pretty cut and dry. I don't think that's going to hold up in court. Last thing I knew, I was in the hotel pool. Now I'm here. It's like, yeah, that happens to a lot of people who commit crimes. They forget what happened because they black the fuck out in the meantime. It doesn't mean you tell them.
Go ask the hotel. They'll say I was there. Like, oh yeah, it turns out they said that you were there 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, it's a video of you.
No. I dove under and I popped up here.
There's a video of you running out. It's only 8 miles away, too. It's not even that far.
Yeah. There's a video of you running and screaming for 8 miles.
Big Eminem fan. Yeah, no, this one's pretty cut and dried. I like that one. That's funny. It wasn't even like he was in Omaha, Nebraska, and he went to like Timbuktu or whatever. It's like I went to Miami to the next street over in Miami, but I don't know how I got there. What were you doing in Miami? You're there for a conference in the hotel pool? You're there to have fun.
That one.
I was like, do you remember? You didn't go to school with them, but maybe you heard from your sisters about Nick and John So. Last name So. I don't remember their last name. They were twins.
So what? Probably doesn't ring a bell.
What's it? So
maybe if I saw one of their faces.
I just told a story about them this weekend when
were they identical twins?
They seemed like it, but they tried not to be. Like one of them had long hair, one of them had short hair, but they looked identical. If they were fraternal, I wouldn't be able to tell. They looked identical twins. I think it was So. And one of them left Hudson Catholic because he like didn't like it there. He didn't have as many friends. He wasn't like as personable. But the other one stayed. So there was a year that like one was still there and the other one was gone. And I was like, that's kind of weird because like there was twins and now there's only one twin here, which they probably loved. They're like, now I can finally be my own.
And twins.
And those twins. And I heard a tale. This is probably about as accurate as the fucking hot tub story. But I heard a tale that John, who didn't go to school anymore, took a bunch of mushrooms and he woke up in the basement of someone's house and went through the sliding glass door and they called the cops and freaked out because he was like in their house. And he was like, he didn't know how he got there.
I have heard this story.
Yeah. So I was like, holy shit. I think it's probably closer to that than to the teleportation thing where he just forgot how he got there and he freaked out and whatever else. But I do like the idea of not just going in the basement, but taking a dip in the hot tub and being like, I went through like the toilet and train spotting. I dove in and I woke up and I was only 8 miles down the road. No brainer. It's the easiest way to teleport to black out. It can be done. But the only thing is,
I thought you were going to say in water.
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah, blacking out in water, like you just hold your breath. But no, it's you can teleport, but it's only in your own brain, and just take too many drugs, and then you'll just wake up somewhere that you weren't before. It seems like teleporting. It's like almost like teleporting.
Yeah.
But everyone else sees you stumbling down the road for 4 hours, almost getting hit by cars. But just think about your own mind. It's like like Rene Descartes stuff. I think, therefore I am. I trip, therefore I fall. Kind of thing. It's a good story. I like it.
I swim, therefore I teleport.
I swim, that's what I teleport. Well, I want to tell us another story about teleporting. And I just love the title list. I'm not going to pronounce it correctly because it's funnier without pronouncing it correctly. The bilocation of Mary Jesus of Agreda. So first of all, there's a bilocation.
Wait, is she a saint? She's a saint and she's bi?
And her name's Mary Jesus, which are two of the biggest stars in the church. And that's pretty good. Both Mary and Jesus, and you're bilocating. So,
what
the story goes like this?
What'd you name your son? Well, we love U.S. presidents, so we named him John F. Obama.
I'm both presidents. The Venerable Mary Jesus of Agreda, which is probably Jesus, because only in Spanish can you name your kid Jesus. There's no people who speak English who name their kids Jesus, but if you're Spanish, it's okay. I don't know why it's okay. It seems blasphemous, but anyway. Was a Franciscan abbess, which means like basically a nun or like a female monk, and spiritual writer who is known especially for her extensive correspondence with King Philip IV of Spain. A lot of Spanish teleportations going on in our story.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Miami one had to do with Spain too. I mean, that is a Spanish colony originally. And reports her bilocation between Spain and the colonies in New Spain which is now known as New Mexico and Texas. Okay, now we're talking.
Oh boy, we're back, baby.
We're back, baby. Although she was never known to have left her Spanish convent, it has been officially determined that between 1620 and 1631, so that's 11 years. This is wild. She made over 500 trips to the convent to convert, the Jumano Indians of New Mexico as members of the Roman Catholic Church.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it took her 500 tries to fully convert.
Well, it might have, but she did. I mean, do the math, Dom. 500 trips in 11 years? That's basically teleporting. I mean, if she's always going back.
Obviously.
Initially, the Catholic Church treated Mary Jesus as delusional and heavily discredited her claims of her teleportation. But I think we both know they finally saw the light. However, initially they were like, "You're crazy." However, the missionaries in the New World and the Indians themselves supported these fantastical claims. For example, in 1622, a New World missionary named Father Alonso de Benavides wrote a letter to Pope Urban the Eighth. And there's been 8 Pope Urbans. We should have brought that one back. Pope Urban the Ninth. He's in over
Leo fucked it up.
Yeah, he did. And Philip the Fourth of Spain.
Not to mention, there's been 16 Benedicts.
That's a lot. It's a lot. Urban, we bring Urban back. And Pius. Pius is a good one. Just literally the word that means like you're holy.
Pope.
So basically, they were like, all right, we heard stories. People who were there really said she was there, and people who were in Spain really said she was there. And here's how we know it's true. When the Indians were asked where they have learned about Christianity, they claimed it was shown to them by a European lady in blue, and that this mysterious woman had provided them with crucifixes and a chalice that seemed to have come from the convent that Mary Jesus was at. That's all the evidence I need. A lady in blue who was spreading Catholicism.
Someone made a chalice look just like another chalice? It's impossible.
I mean, how
mass
else
production
would you...
won't exist for like a couple hundred years.
Of course. How else would you be able to travel within a 12-year period? 11 years.
Never mind 2 days to get to Mexico City. What the fuck, 11 years?
And famously, Native Americans thought that all white people looked distinct and different. So they'd be able to tell if someone with a blue robe with holding crosses was a different person. They'd be able to tell. Yeah. So anyways, this one seems like the first real one, I guess.
Why was it? Does it just seem easier, or did they just ignore all the hard times of them being like, see this wooden cross? This is actually your god now. People just went, oh, okay. No, there's no way that happened.
No.
But in all the stories, they're like, and they accepted Jesus.
There's only 3 ways to convert people. Number 1, violence. If you don't do it, I'll kill you and your kids. They'll do it that way. Number 2, desperation. If they have nowhere else to go, their life's terrible, they go, I don't know, I'll try this. And their God's obviously not helping them because they've been subjugated. Number 3, time. And just
there's actually there's actually a 4th one.
Oh yeah?
The fastest way to convert somebody is actually the shoe body bop.
The shoe bop bop badoo. Can we even put that one in? I don't want to take their song. That's too good. But yeah, basically,
just do a video of you singing it. It'll be perfect.
Yeah, that'll be good. That's more work for me. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure that one's first real one so far. There's no way you could discredit a 11-year period with 2 women who are from Spain who were both nuns. They must be the same person. I like how they're like, at first they didn't believe him, but then some people said they saw her. Therefore, it's absolutely true. And nowadays,
it's like the random person from the Philippines that definitely saw that same exact guy 3 months ago.
Yeah, and it's even more unlikely because it didn't happen 3 months. It happened with 11 years. Like, and now it'd be impossible. There's cameras everywhere. It'd be like, how'd you get there? Where'd you get there? And they'd be like, yeah, she probably went there one time. And other nuns came there and they're like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that. And also these people who lived in both the convent and the Native Americans probably like, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, what do you want me to say? Nothing happened.
I see random people all the time.
Yeah, and also it's like, you have to tell the truth under penalty of law. I'd be like, whatever, sure, yeah, whatever you want me. Like, what's their incentive to like be completely factual, even though the people clearly want it to be true? Like, there's just too much.
Yeah, anything to get you away from me faster. I'm gonna say
exactly. Pull faster on the strings of your pastor. Classic Trivium song or Atreyu. I don't remember. Anyways, And
I
it's
don't
pull harder
know.
than strings of your martyr, but it's basically both religious, so it works. That's what I got. Want to do one more? Got another one?
Yeah, I can do another quick stupid one.
Sure. Do it.
This one takes place in a new continent. This one takes place in a new continent. There's actually video of this one.
Whoa, it's recent.
I don't know if I can send it to you if you want to put it into the podcast later on. More work for you.
Yeah. Well, as long as you send it to me.
It's happened in China in 2012. When video of a man in a
you know, I think
Chinese pirates, man.
I think pirates.
They'll get you.
It's a 1-to-1.
Yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. What I'm wondering is, what the fuck is lum?
Yep. Nailed it.
So it's 2012 China. People are driving. It's dash cam footage. Going right down the road.
2012, when the day of the Earth ended, according to John Cusack, and the Mayans.
Yes.
Okay.
There's this big rig driving in front of him. All of a sudden, the big rig swerves to the left, and a man in a white lab coat appears to be walking in front
Teleportation. We can
He wasn't on the left side of the road.
atoms.
He was on the right side of the
teleported atoms of cesium and strontium.
Clearly,
We've teleported photons
China has been working
of
on
light.
teleportation.
One day we will
That's why it was a
teleport
lab
atoms
because
to
he
the
was
moon.
on the wrong
And
side.
That's
they
definitely in the car,
witnessed a test.
teleporting to the moon. But a human consists of
It's
trillions
not,
upon
Joe.
trillions
Joe,
upon
it is
trillions of
not
atoms.
because
So it'll take centuries.
It is
before
not
we can
because
teleport
a
Captain
crazy person
Kirk
was walking across the street
a
with no
room.
regard to traffic, and the HMS swerved out of the way.
How did
It
I
wasn't
get
until
here? I was
the
just in
HMS got past it,
Argentina
you could
hanging
see
out with
person
all the
that was in the
pallies
room.
over there, or what I like to call
That's
them,
not that.
my
That
amigos.
can't be it.
Or
It's
they like to call them
It's
mis
gotta be
amigos.
teleportation.
That's a teleportation
Welcome back to
story.
Toilet
That's-
Wine.
There's a
Hit the
video
flush
of
segment.
it.
Tonight we're talking about teleportation.
Well, it just goes to
devices
show, even in
and
modern
how
times,
they
people
work and
still
how you
believe that
are
this shit's going
teleporting.
People are like,
So
yeah, the way he
I
just
thought we
like
talked
appeared and
about
kept walking,
our
that's what was
last two
happening.
stories of the night.
If it was like,
I had a
if
whole
he was
chunk
trying to cross
planned
the
out
road,
about
you would
how
have been
we should
scared by
talk
the
about
truck.
actual
Right.
teleporting
Not
and
if
how
he's
it
on
works.
drugs.
That's
Yeah,
boring.
unless he was
That's
walking
lame.
in the middle
Let's
of the
stick
road
to
to
the real
begin with,
stories
which
that
is probably
really
not a thing
actually happen.
consider people
Dom,
doing normally.
are you ready
Their
to
brain's not working.
zap
either.
yourself
Same way.
in?
All right, yeah, that one's pretty
I
easy too.
am
I'd say,
super
drugs are mental
ready
illness,
for this
which
because we are doing our most.
Well, it's going to kind of be chalked up to that. I'd say.
Almost said recent example.
But yeah, let's.
All right, so you want to take another commercial break?
I would
don't
like
you?
to. Obviously, my last
Absolutely,
segment
and
here,
I
I'm
would
gonna hit
dare say
pretty
a
long,
look
so obviously
behind
you
the-
can
a
get
little
into the
peek
ones
behind
you
the
want
curtain
to,
as
but
you-
I wanna hit
I
that
know
one
you
pretty
guys
hard.
love to hear
But,
about the backstage
this
of this
week we're
podcast.
sponsored by
This is the
Polar,
impetus
half
for
and
the
half.
podcast.
This
Is
is
a
the
story
Don't
that
Do It
Dom
podcast. I mean,
told.
toilet wine. Sponsored
Yes,
by
this
Polar,
last
half and
weekend, and
half.
I was
See
like,
you.
"Hey,
2 and 2.
I like it. Let's do it."
And I said we should talk about teleportation so we can talk about this story. And Joe went, "Oh, you were there for that?" And I went, "I started the conversation."
Of course, I know them. He is me.
He is me. Did I have a lot of info at the time? No, I basically told you a headline. Went, isn't that crazy? Then we talked about it for much longer.
Yep. And I did say, is there any other cases of it? And boy, was there. And here we are, folks. Now you know the whole story behind the scenes.
Yep.
Dom,
We're going back to I will admit it's a little bit farther back than I thought it was. This happened in January, but it wasn't really like
never mind.
until
Never mind then. Never mind.
until
I
like
don't care.
this month.
No, it doesn't
The
matter.
word started coming out.
Yeah, too long ago. I'll just go right into mine then, because you said it happened last week. Happened in January.
All right.
Anyways, so here it happened. The year's
We're gonna talk
1943. No, go ahead.
We're going to talk about Greg Phillips. Now, Greg Phillips is a
Is he a white?
senior. He's very white.
Okay,
Joe, let me read you his position, and then you can tell me if he's white or not.
All right, let me guess though. Doggy style.
He is a senior FEMA official. And in case you're wondering what FEMA means, it's the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Oh,
So we're
it's not
talking about-
email, but you forgot the end.
We're talking about a big dog here, boyo.
Oh, big.
This guy was one of the main people that helped organize the Stop the Steal stuff in Texas when Trump
Oh, good.
ran. Yeah.
Oh, good. That's good. We like that.
Now, he claimed that he was teleported to a Waffle House
I don't.
50 miles away.
I really thought it was just some guy, and it was like, oh yeah, it's a story. It made it to like the Yahoo News or whatever. This man was in like a government official, and he was ruining his state, obviously, but saying a lot of stuff about Christ or whatever, about abortions, whatever he needs to say. I mean, FEMA not getting to Texas is a huge problem. during the fucking ice storm, during the hurricanes,
Yep.
like. And this guy is spending time teleporting to fucking Waffle House and getting a stack of flapjacks or whatever. This is disgusting. I did not know this was the details of the story. I'm pre-pissed.
This is the
as
guy.
I might say. Please go ahead.
He
Or I'm
got
pissed
he
at the height of
teleported there,
pissed-bursty.
50 miles away, and he went. I showed up. I teleported there, and no one recognized me. It's like I came out of thin air.
Why
Everyone's
wouldn't
like,
you know me? I'm that guy who
Wait.
denied $10 million in relief funds to your fucking neighborhood. Wouldn't you know what I look like? My name's Greg Phillips.
My name's Greg Phillips. This is what I do.
I deny people federal funds.
Now, it's not just that it happened. And oh yeah, so I forgot. Also, he says teleporting, it's not fun.
Oh, he can tell a whole
It's not
story
fun.
about it. That's cute.
It's
And
not fun because you don't really know what you're doing. You don't really understand it. It's scary, but
These
yet
people
so real.
have been voted in. This is insane. I thought at least he'd have the
Joe, his quote's not over.
I woke up in a hot tub. I'll let you finish, but I blacked out. Woke up in a hot tub. He goes, no, I'll tell you about how it feels to teleport. This fucking maniac. I hate this guy already. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead. I can't help myself.
And you know it's happening, but you can't do anything about it, and so you just go. You just go with the ride, and wow, what an incredible adventure it all was when I teleported to a Waffle House 50 miles away.
Holy shit, what an asshole. I think he knows a lot about you don't want it, but it keeps happening. Just let it happen. Just let it happen. I think he's heard those words a lot of times out of his own mouth to people probably sweating beneath him. That fucking psycho.
He is claiming multiple cases. He said, I do this often. It's
I
a
do this
God-given
every night with
power
your son.
of teleportation.
Oh my God. So this isn't like a excuse thing like the party or like a weird coincidence thing like the Philippines thing. This is his thing he does. He's a teleporting government official making probably what would we say like $200K a year, not counting like bribes and shit. I mean, what the fuck?
Now, Philip says this has happened so many times over the course of the last 5 years that one of his good friends in Mobile, Alabama, believed he was half in and half out of heaven, jokingly calling him God's zombie because of how often he was teleporting places.
Another blasphemer. That's Jesus. Jesus is God's zombie. We all know that. You can't call yourself Jesus. Our president just did that this week, and he got in hot water for that. What the hell?
There's more, buddy. There's so much more on this guy. Yes, we're talking about this specific Waffle House incident, but this man is absolutely insane.
I really thought that it was a one-time thing. It was some guy. This person is getting paid by your tax money to do this shit. And I'm sure maybe he gets even more votes this time now that I know he's a teleporting legend. Please continue.
At another occurrence, he was driving a car. And his car almost got squashed.
It sounds like the Argentina story.
He almost got pancaked by a flatbed.
Very Waffle House of him.
when all of a sudden, his deceased girlfriend appeared in the car next to him.
No.
Lifted the car up over the truck and landed it back down safely before she disappeared again.
I fucking hate this guy. I hate him. His ex-girlfriend, he couldn't even say his fucking dead mom or grandma or whatever. Like,
no, his dead girlfriend.
God damn! What if his girlfriend died in a fucking drunk driving accident when he was 25 years old? And he fucking Ted Kennedy'd her, Chappaquiddick style. He's like, oh, by the grace of God, I survived. Yeah, you fucking killed her, you piece of shit. God saved me from my own actions.
You know this guy's bad.
I hate this guy.
Donald Trump came out and said, "Okay, guys, you need to stop him from talking about this stuff.
He's
too bring it down a little bit."
That is a bad sign. Obviously, Trump supports him because he's a maniac who's redder than the devil's dick. But yeah, that's wild.
To which point, Greg Phillip tweets or on Truth Social, comes out and says, "God will not be mocked. People can debate me, question me, even ridicule what they don't understand. But here's a real question: what's harder to believe? That God could move in a moment during a spiritual battle, or Jesus Christ rose from the dead and is coming again? I know what I've experienced. I know who I serve."
Wait a
then
minute.
He quoted a Bible verse, and he ordered the chariot to stop, and they both went down into the water. Philip as well as the eunuch, and he baptized him when they
Enoch?
came up
Is
out of
it
the water.
the spirit of Enoch? The fucking
Enoch.
the book of Enoch?
The spirit of the Lord snatched Philip away. Right, he found a guy in the Bible named Philip, and his last name was Phillips in real life. And the Enoch no longer saw him, but went on his way rejoicing. But Philip found himself at Azotus, and as he passed through, he kept preaching the gospel to all the cities until he came to Caesarea.
He came on Caesar.
That's his response to the president saying, "Dude, cool it a little bit."
That is, first of all, that's wild. Second of all, I like it. He's like, all right, what's easier to believe? That God made me teleport or that Jesus Christ rose from the dead? It's like, no. There's a third option, which is that you didn't teleport.
It's
like,
all wrong.
what's easier to believe? There's two things he said that are easier to believe. It's crazy. It's like me saying like, hey, I was late to the party, Dom. And you're like, all right. I'm like, what's easier to believe? That I was abducted by aliens or that I became possessed by the devil and went to the strip club? It's like, how about you just didn't go to the party on time? That's the third option. He's like, nope, not on the table.
Yeah.
What's easier to believe? Aliens, demons. That's it. Those are two things.
Which one is it? You have to decide.
I legitimately thought he was going to say, what's easier to believe? God moved me or that like something else. But he's like, no. The two things are still God doing magic. But, there's no third option. What's easier to believe? Because so many people in his life believe the Jesus thing. He's like, obviously, it's the same as saying the sky is blue. Jesus rose from the dead. So, like, what's easier to believe? The sky is blue or that God made me teleport? And really, when you pose a question like that, you want them to pick the answer that you're looking for. But he wants them to pick both answers, right? Doesn't he want them to believe both are true?
Yeah.
That's not how you pose that question. What's easier to believe?
Yeah.
I have red hair. My name is Joe.
If they say it's easier to believe that God teleported him, it's like, that's blasphemy.
Right.
So you're saying you don't believe Jesus Christ was living?
yeah, it's like, what a shitty politician style question. It sounds like a real question, but it's really not. And then quoting the Bible verse that I've never heard before, the chariot and Philip and Enoch and all that shit. Who gives a fuck? So the Bible verse says he stopped the chariot.
Even all the way down to the people at Waffle House. I'd say the guy walked in, I didn't recognize him.
I didn't see him come in.
It's like, well, yeah, I don't know who he is, but yeah.
He wasn't locked in the walk-in when we open up the joint the next morning. That would be a little more spectacular.
Yeah, no one in here could understand how he teleported there.
Oh my god, dude. That is even stupider and more disappointing than I ever could have imagined by the initial story. I literally thought it was like some guy who was on drugs who like told the story and they're like, yeah, we don't know how he got in. Like that would have been a funny story. He teleported, whatever. This guy's like, no, I've been teleporting through the power of Christ. And I also hold governmental position and power and money that you couldn't imagine. And this is how I'm talking. And the president's telling me to tone it down. Like, wow, that's gross. These are the people who are running your nation.
And I'm going to double down.
Oh, he's doing the classic double down and triple down. My God, what a piece of shit! I hate this guy. He's my most. Joe's. Put the stamp on it. Biggest liar of the night. Even my next door at the biggest liar. Nope. This guy takes it because he's currently still in his position. I'm sure he is. Hopefully, it's
Greg Phillips.
Position.
Everybody.
Greg Phillips, everyone. And if you'll notice, there's no Gregs in the Bible, but there are Phillips. So there are Phillips. He got you there.
One of the best quotes he said. That's this whole thing. Is he went, yeah, God will not be mocked, and I know what I experience. It's like, yeah, we know what you think, dude.
We're mocking you, not God. If you make fun of me, you make fun of God. Nope, just you. Just you. Not making fun of God there. I love the actual classic shield. Like, it's like, you just stole my French fries. Like, oh, so you hate God? It's like, what? You're an asshole. Why are you bringing God into this? Well, because I win. It's the ultimate ace in the hole. God told me to do it, so I win. That's how I do it. Why did you?
I am his messenger. He told me to steal your fries.
Ted Cruz, why did you flee to Mexico when your entire state was frozen in ice? Oh, so you hate God then, huh? Like, okay, yeah, that's what I said. It's a classic.
By the way,
invalid argument.
Do you know what his real name is? I found it recently. His name is not Ted Cruz.
No, it's Spanish, and he changed it.
It's Rafael Cruz.
Yeah, he whitened it up because he knew his audience. And he code switches, the classic code. So if he talks to Spanish people, but when he talks, to Hispanic people from Texas, he still sounds like a white guy speaking Spanish, which means like he's code switching so hard that he's still trying to be white while being Spanish. He can't even just go right
with
into
the accent.
he can't bother doing like the classic like I can speak Spanish and English. He's like, I can speak Spanish, but like I just speak it in a way where I sound like a white guy speaking it. Otherwise,
Puedo ir al baño.
yeah, that's how he talks, because otherwise he's losing his bigger constituency, which is the white people, because he can still hang on to the Hispanic vote by being I believe in this, that, and the other thing. He'll lose the white vote way faster by talking in a perfect Spanish accent. That's all he needs to do. Same thing with Rubio in Florida. He goes, I'm a Cuban immigrant and I fucking hate Cuban people. You're like, yay! And the Cubans still support him because he's Cuban, and the white people support him because he hates Cuban. It's perfect. You can't. It's some I don't know what do you call him?
Just imagine Ted Cruz.
Tio Tomas. It's Tio Tomas. It's Uncle Tom for Hispanic. I stand by it.
You just imagine Ted Cruz in Mexico while Texas is freezing. People go, "Aren't you Ted Cruz? Isn't Texas in trouble?" Oh, no. Me llamo Rafael.
Me llamo Rafael.
Rafael.
You're one of us. Okay, gotcha. You can't be Ted Cruz. It's not even like his name's Teodoro.
Dos cervezas.
Like,
por favor.
He could have named himself like Ralph or like Teodoro, but it's literally went from Raphael to like, my name's Ted. No. Went from Jose to like Bobby. What a piece of shit. If I didn't already have more reasons to make fun of this guy. Texas, we get it. You're mad, but like there's better ways to be mad. They looked at that one guy. I don't know his name, but I hope he runs for president because he's the perfect American candidate. He's like, I love Jesus, and we need to help this country through actual Christian stuff like healthcare, tax the rich. I'm like, okay. You love Christ. You believe in all the tenets of Jesus Christ. You're still a Texas guy, but you'd say the message of Christ and not just, Christ on your spinning wheels on your Cadillac. Like I think America needs some guy like that who can bring us all together. And obviously he probably has a bunch of skeletons in the closet, but I hope we find a guy like that because America doesn't need classic, I'm from Portland. I have a buzz cut and I'm an Arabic/black lesbian. America doesn't like that. And they don't like
that's too much all at once for the
too much all at once. People can't swallow that. And the classic other way where it's like, I'm gonna do a Christian theocracy and money is power and weapons are God, which we're doing right now. That can't work either. We need something to bring us together, and I think it's that guy who believes in Jesus very deeply, but Jesus's messages. I think that's the guy for us. I mean, he's not my number one candidate, but if he runs, I'd vote for that guy because he sounds like he knows what's going on. Anyway, there's my soapbox.
Well,
luckily,
Joe, speaking of government, I believe your last story involves part of the government.
It does. Most notably, the United States Navy, which is a branch of the military, which used to be called the Department of War, but then was called the Department of Defense because PR is everything, and now it's called the Department of War again. Which
because PR is everything.
It's still soapbox. Yeah, exactly. I mean, even when I was mad, I was like, oh, they're calling it a war now? That's gross. It's like, well, it always was that. It was the Ministry of War. Like, it just is. It's always the Department of War. It's just the name change. But, yeah, it's the military. So, I'm here to talk about the Philadelphia.
Big downgrade, though. OSS is way cooler than CIA.
You think so?
We're the strategic Office of Strategic Services. Like, oh, shit, what are you doing? Central Intelligence Agency meet. It's like, all right, what are you doing? You're up to something.
That was a good clip. That. No, that was good. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that because we weren't alive during the OSS, it doesn't have the same cachet as CIA. But yeah, OSS is pretty cool. Or they do on Venture Brothers OSI, which is basically the same thing as CIA. But so here we go. It's the U.S. Navy. It's in the year 1943. It's this tale is called the Philadelphia.
Sorry, I need to interrupt you one more time.
Sure.
This story is a story. Joe and I both have the info on this one.
Mm-hmm.
Is the ultimate podcast story for us because it involves two things we seem to never be able to stop talking about: conspiracies and boats.
Yes, and history. So it's basically this is I can't wait to send Dylan one clip of this one to be like, I wish you were here. This Dylan would love this. He would want to do an entire episode just on this, but unfortunately, we did teleport
Oh,
episode,
yeah.
so I'm gonna have to do the Spark Notes version of the Philadelphia Experiment story. I actually, when I first heard this tale, I thought it was called that because it was the USS Philadelphia, like the name of the boat, but it was actually because it was in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Naval Yard where it took place. And I was like, okay, didn't realize that. But so the year's 1943. Dom, can you think of anything going on in 1943 that might have been a cultural touchstone, as it were, or a pop culture event?
Yeah, I believe that's the year that Ted Williams stopped playing baseball.
Exactly right. Actually, his name was
The
Raphael
first time. He
Williams.
stopped again to fight in Korea, too.
Korea too. I didn't even know that one's going on. That's the next one. Oh,
No,
geez.
that's the problem. No, that's why that's the problem. That they wanted Korea too. We wanted one Korea.
Right. I mean, technically, we are still in Korea 1. It's the longest ceasefire in American history, but it's still a ceasefire. It's not ended. The Korean War is technically still going on. The best kind of going on, technically. That's just for me and Dom. Anyway, so year 1943, there's a lot of incentive, I should say, or motivation for the United States military to try to develop better, sharper, more lethal, and more safe weapons for the United States government. Because I didn't bury the lead here. It's World War II, baby. I mean, obviously, they found a lot of stuff out in World War II. New technologies such as radar, breaking the Enigma machine, ultimately coming up with the nuclear bomb, the atomic bomb itself, fission. But this is one of those tales, and it didn't end up as famous as the other ones. So the tale goes something like this: 1943, the ship called the USS Eldridge, spelled Eldridge like a last name, but it literally sounds like Eldritch, like Eldritch horror, like H.P. Lovecraft's straight up dark magic, ghost, haunted magic, which I think is maybe part of the story, but I don't know. Eldridge. Apparently, it was a real ship, though. We can definitely confirm it was named after this guy, so it's not completely fabricated.
It was named after this guy.
This guy, Eldridge Jr. I don't remember his first name, but you'll tell me.
Lieutenant Commander John Eldridge Jr.
John Eldridge Jr. Thank you. And
his name was my name too.
So I'll tell the version of the story that was first or circulated or whatever, and we'll obviously just dissect it and see what we think about it. But the story goes like this: they're testing a new secret weapon or a defense system on this ship, which the tale says is going to use Einstein's new theory of space-time fabric. He's gonna use this new Einstein stuff. Basically, it's a code word for new crazy science and gonna rip the universe apart kind of thing. And so the tale goes that they have these machines on the boat. They're gonna be able to bend light around them and basically make a cloaking device so you could have a ship that would be invisible to the enemy, not only by radar but by visual sight. Because although we can make things like stealth bombers now, your eyes don't lie, and loud things that are flying through the sky you can still be seen. But what if it was invisible and it was a boat? You could just sneak right up on the Germans.
Another big threat at the time was the German U-boats that were fucking decimating their ships.
And those are really
pop up out of nowhere.
Those are really
that's teleportation. Being in a submarine.
Yeah, they already had those. They want a ship on the water that's also invisible and is not teleporting, but cannot be seen.
Yeah.
So they
were planning on doing it. They put these giant generators on the ship.
Oh yeah, they're
and imagine
the soldier
crewing the ship and being like,
what's that?
I've been around a lot of ships. How come these are here? It's like, you'll find out later.
Yeah.
Okay.
And mainly, we're gonna run out of fuel in about 1 week instead of 7 months. So we're going back to port pretty soon. The amount of energy it must take to crank these things up. So, anyways, again, Dom, I'll just tell the tale of it, but we'll get into the actual what is going on here thing, because I already can tell where you're going with the actual stuff. So anyway, so they turn them on and they start spooling up, and the story goes, a green fog and sparkling fog wraps around the ship, and then the next thing they know, after it's been activated, the ship disappears into thin air. It was there once, it's not there anymore. And people outside of Norwich in Virginia, another naval base, they see the USS Eldridge appear before their very eyes. It wasn't there 1 second. It's there the next. And they see it there, even just for a brief moment. They go, well, what the heck is this doing here? I don't know what's going on here. This is not supposed to be here. This isn't on the schedule for today. And as quick as they see it, it blinks away again. It's gone. And the Philadelphia returns back to the Philadelphia shipyard. But this time, it does not return the way it left. It's like going to Lynn.
No, it do not.
You never go out the way you go in. And so when it arrives, obviously other Navy ships are going, oh, what the hell happened? We saw a bunch of green clouds and stuff. And then the next thing you know, here you are. And they arrive upon the ship, and they are worse for wear. Not only has most of the ship's crew gone mad, lost their effing minds, some of the crew is missing entirely. And yet, some of the crew as well have been fused to the ship like some sort of teleportation accident. They are become part of the ship. Their arms are fused to the metal. Half of their bodies are fused in there. It's a fucking sci-fi disaster that's gone on there. And obviously, the whole experiment's a disaster. So why haven't we heard about it? I think you guys know. The people who didn't die or fused to the ship, they had to be taken in to special interrogations by the United States government and Navy and brainwashed into forgetting it ever happened. And those who didn't comply were silenced forever. And that's why we've never heard about this amazing incident called the Philadelphia experiment. They created a device that was able to teleport a ship through where we don't know, but to hundreds and hundreds of miles away and then back instantaneously with disastrous and horrific, and dare I say, eldritch results. What the fuck went on there, Dom?
It's crazy. And then, of course, like how the story goes, how did we find out about it if everyone was silenced?
It's a good question, Dom.
It was about 12 years later, 1955.
That's a good question. It's much like the story of Mary Jesus. 12 years later, we found out. Oh, whoa, what happened?
We found out.
People spoke up.
Where
so
a
not
man
everyone was
mailed
silent.
a package. Was mailed a package that said "Happy Easter" on it.
Yeah,
It was a book. When he opened it up, it was handwritten accounts of the men on the ship saying what happened to them.
Mm-hmm. A lot of accounts. Multiple accounts.
If there was a video,
all the same handwriting in the same package. I mean, what are the odds? When they teleported, they also had the same penmanship.
When I was reading it about it, it was like, oh yeah, and it was 3 different shades of blue ink, almost as if people were having a conversation on the page. It's like,
wow.
I mean, like the guy grabbed a different pen depending on where he was in the house when he thought about more shit to write down.
But all the letters were the same the whole way down. I mean, come on. Ink? That's what we're doing here? I'll print you out a fucking text where I change the
Are there any handwritten accounts of people in Virginia watching it flash before their eyes and disappearing again? How come that's only people in Philadelphia talking about?
Yeah, there was one, Dom, but the ink ran out because they kept doing ellipses at the top of the page, and by the end it was the bottom of the page because they were falling down as they were like, whoa, dot, 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 dot. Yeah, it was in the 50s when we first heard about this. The Philadelphia experiment, which has been obviously highly classified, highly secretive, because the U.S. government didn't want us to know.
What was a big thing? What was a big thing going on in the 50s in America? I think it was like
the Red Scare,
this big sci-fi boom.
Oh,
where people started writing all these crazy stories.
Yeah, sci-fi novels. Yeah, you're talking about Buck Rogers and Flash Gordon and all that stuff. The pulp novels, for sure, blew up then. I don't know how much you want to get into the nitty gritty of like the historicity. I said that 3 times this podcast of this whole event. Do you want to get into the?
You said that 3 times today. I've only heard you say it 1 time.
I actually said it 3 times. Yeah, I clocked it myself. I'm saying it too much. But yeah, so let's start with the package that Dom was talking about. So this was made famous by a book compiled by a man of the name Jessup, and he received it from a guy named Carl Allen, or otherwise known as Carlos Allende. Let's see Carl Allen's letter. And Carl Allen claims to be the one who was on the actual Philadelphia experiment ship, and he made it back and he survived and he made it through the brainwashing, the brain cleansing situation. And he wrote into this guy, Jessup, who was compiling a book about unexplained events. It was a whole book about UFOs, and one of his major stories in that was the Philadelphia experiment by this guy who had a firsthand account, Carl Allen, of what happened. And this again, it was in the 50s. So, and it is true that Carl Allen did serve in the United States Coast Guard. But that's close enough. He was on a ship. I mean, he could have been there. And
the water's there.
That's water. And he did write to this guy who was already writing a science fiction novel about UFOs and stuff. And he wrote in. So I think there's some there, as they say. So this guy probably just was quiet for a while and he couldn't be silenced any longer. What do you think?
Right. I do like how whenever you hear about the story, it's always like, oh yeah, the experiment caused them to teleport back. They got fused with it.
Mm-hmm.
Then the deeper you dig, you find out that it's like, oh, they want us to think that it was a UFO that did it to them, not the experiment they were working on.
That's so weird too, because they had to add more extra stuff. It's like, could it just be like the experiment gone wrong? It's like, no, that's not enough. Aliens too.
Clearly, the aliens knew we were getting close to
so they had to abduct them in just the right time,
and they had to stop them from doing it
because it was a cloaking device, not a teleportation device. That's why they teleported and didn't cloak. No. They didn't want them to cloak. But yeah, so as far as the actual, some of them croaked, and some of them never croaked again. Some of them had donkey brains and they became frog boys. So as far as the historical accuracy goes, there was a ship called the USS Eldridge, and there was a ship in Norwich that was there at the time. None of the crew saw this thing, but it did exist at the time. And from what I heard, the possible explanation for it getting there is that it would have been a 2-day journey along the coastline the proper way, but there were special channels for the Navy. They could have made the trip in 6 hours. Now, again, 6 hours is not what they said it took. They said it was in an instant, so I don't know. I'm not sure about that. Yep. The other explanation for the green lights and gases are a thing which I never knew about this being called that. I thought it was a movie from the 80s and a song called St. Elmo's Fire. Have you ever heard of this, Dom? St. Elmo's Fire?
Yeah.
Either the movie or
I know the song.
The song, yeah. So St. Elmo's Fire is when it's an actual event that happens in nature and in the wild, as it were, where these particles get accelerated and charged, and then they start to glow, because of the electrons flowing through them. So in nature, when that happens, it's really fascinating to see. It can glow green or whatever color. It's called St. Elmo's Fire. You want to know what happens, or what it's called when it happens inside a glass tube?
It's called.
So in nature, it's St. Elmo's
Grinch
Fire
syndrome.
Pretty good guess. In a glass tube, it's called a neon sign. So it's a very similar event. So it can happen in nature, and maybe that's a possible explanation for what happened. Maybe they took the back channels, whatever. But I think that, all these families that had to be told that their sons and husbands and fathers got fused to the hull of a ship. Like, how do you write that out? Like, oh, it sank or whatever. Like, I don't know how they tell that off. Like, because again, you can brainwash 10 people maybe, but hundreds of guys and all their families and stuff like that. I don't know how you talk that away.
Besides, we know how the government would have really handled it if these men died before the ship was even ready to go to war, and that's it was an unfortunate training exercise.
Yeah, exactly. They already have a script for that. They have a script for that for sure. My favorite story about the Philadelphia experiment was probably the time they made a movie of it in the 80s. In 1983, they made a movie called The Philadelphia Experiment based on this story, on this tale that supposedly happened in the 40s, was written about in the 50s, made a movie about it in the 80s. No corroboration of any of these events. But the movie comes out. People are okay on it. I don't know. Have you ever seen it? I didn't even heard of it until this thing happened. Some people have heard of the movie. But in that movie, they get teleported.
We're going to watch it, though.
It's a better premise. In that movie, I'm not seen it, but so I'm told, they get teleported to the future. It's like modern day, and these World War II soldiers end up in like New York City, like in the modern day, being like, "Hey, you're walking here." He's like, "Oh, I'm trying to fight the Krauts or whatever." That's kind of a cool idea.
Fight the Nazis.
So this guy, who's an elderly gentleman, sees the movie and reaches out to the news media, and he goes, "Watching that movie just jogged my memory. I was there. I was in the Philadelphia experiment. And not only was I there, my brother was there too. And that actually happened, like the movie, not like the story.
Yeah.
Me and my brother,
See this pinky I'm missing? It was fused to the ship. They had to cut it off.
he goes, this guy was being serious, or whatever he was being. He goes, me and my brother, we're both on the boat. We get teleported not only to Norwich and back, to the future, to the year 2700. And we were stuck in the future, like the movie I just watched. And then we made it back, and now here I am. So isn't that crazy? And Dom, you never believe this? The Navy.
His name was
never-
Greg Phillips.
that would have been great. Dom, I know you're gonna. This is crazy, but the Navy never said he was wrong. So what does that say about you? They never
Wow.
said anything about it.
It's almost as if they ignored his tomfoolery.
Oh, yeah, I guess that could be it too. But I just think it's interesting that they didn't even try to discredit him. But I should also mention as part of the tale that Carl Allen, he after he wrote in those letters and they found out that all the letters were the same handwriting or maybe all written by Carl Allen, we're not really sure.
Yeah.
Jessup, that the famous science fiction writer who compiled all those letters together and published the book that made the Philadelphia experiment famous for the first time, he was found in his house dead by suicide. Suicide is the public knowledge, but I think
so they made it seem.
exactly. And the only reason they made it seem like that is because he had a history of chronic depression and he hated his life, which is a perfect cover for a failed science fiction author to be killed by the United States government. So I think this thing stinks to high heaven. That's what I think. I don't know. What do you think?
I'd say so.
Wow.
I think it's total buggery.
I think so. And I think that we really are missing the third wheel of this podcast to balance us out and tell us this is all Israel and we're all
We do
totally
need one
wrong.
person to tell us that this actually 100% happened.
He's the first one who told me about this, and he was like, you don't know how real this is. And now I'm bringing up Israel.
We need someone with us that thinks the boner person is a good person and is shocked when we say that he's a bad person.
We just need him part of the podcast. But this is Toilet Wine. This is not Dylan Joe Basement Podcast. Dylan Joe BP, as I sometimes call it when I /slash it. But yes, that's basically all I have to say to the Philadelphia experiment. I don't know what to believe is what I'm really saying here.
I do want to say that teleportation is real.
That's the third time you brought up Israel in this podcast.
I'm pretty sure it was only the second time.
Oh, I brought it up the second time.
There we go. Teamwork, Joe.
Hell yeah. Lebanon, you're not part of the ceasefire. Again, dating the podcast. We're fine with that.
Well, this would about be the time if it was the regular podcast where we do final thoughts. We do not do that here. This is a no final thoughts zone. So we got to take a quick break and get ready for our toast. We can taste it.
This podcast is an NFT.
This podcast is an NFT. We're gonna get our drinks ready, get our drink on, get our toast ready, and we'll close out the night for you.
Hell yeah, brother. Says
14. Well, folks, we just teleported back here with our drinks.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it astounding what you can accomplish? Was that being Kermit?
Very much Pee Wee Love.
We always end toilet wine the same way. We gotta take our toilet wine, have a little drinky poo, and do a toast to the topic.
Mm-hmm.
And Joe, I think our toast tonight is may the world never stop having people with stupid enough excuses that they turn into news stories about teleportation.
I'll drink to that. Cheers.
Oh yeah,
Yabba
that's some
dabba
good toilet wine right there.
Yeah.
You know, there's something very special about doing a shot of actual alcohol while drinking a non-alcoholic PBR. Really balances things out for you.
It's like drinking a Diet Coke and taking a shot of root beer.
It's like those people that smell a cheeseburger and take a bite of an apple. It's like, you're not actually doing anything for yourself.
That can't work. I can't believe that works. That is torturous. It's like edging. Ask your parents.
It's food edging.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if anyone on here has to ask what edging is to their parents, you shouldn't be watching this podcast.
You shouldn't be edging either. You're too young to edge.
Yeah.
This isn't.
Joe, have you ever heard of the
that
show?
works out perfectly because Couture say, "Hello, hello, hola. I'm in you too. My name's The Edge."
The Edge. Joe, do you ever watch the show that came out a few years ago called The Jury, where everyone is an actor except for one person and it's a fake trial?
One of my favorite shows of the past couple of years, and it's called Jury Duty.
Close enough.
Yes, loved it.
Have you watched any of the second season now, where it's
I have
fake
not.
business?
I have not.
And it's a
I
treat.
heard it didn't hit from one person, but I'm still gonna watch it anyway because I love the first season so much. So I will watch it.
We're watching it at my parents' house, one episode a week, the way God intended.
Yes, I mean I'm
It's
out of
good.
reality
It's
TV
a
shows,
lot-
but there's some good ones,
Yeah.
and that's definitely high and above my favorite reality TV show that I've seen in the past decade. Jury Duty for sure. So I will watch it. Go ahead.
I won't tell you too much about it, but I will say because of it, my mom learned what a taint is. A body part.
AKA Gooch. Wow.
She went, Dom, is that why your nickname in high school was Gucciarino? Oh, you're darn tootin', Mom.
I'm gonna refrain from all the jokes I would tell because some of our family members listen to the podcast.
Well, that's how we do it here at Total Wine, folks.
We're gonna teleport you back to the first part of the episode. You're not gonna be none the wiser.
You're gonna watch it again. Then you'll be, you'll like it even better the second time. That's what I've been told about these episodes. You gotta watch them 2 or 3 times to really get in all the information.
Whoever told you that, it wasn't me who has to listen to them 4 or 5 times to edit them. It gets less funny.
But
Actually,
Joe, I do have one last thing.
Okay.
One last thing to say, and then the episode is over for real.
Okay.
And that's, I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but I fucking hate Applebee's.
Yeah. Miami. South Beach, bringing the heat. Can y'all feel that?
How did they get to Mexico from Argentina?
In only 2 days? Impossible! In a car?
I'm a doctor. People can't know I went on a tequila-fueled hell ride to Mexico and didn't remember any of the driving.
Yeah. Gotcha, got him. It's like, oh my god, real life isn't like movies.
Oh, yeah.
I remember when I turned 7. Got him. I got that.
Dude, did you see?
I mean, I know that we say that Ebenezer Scrooge is the world's most famous power bottom, but I would say that Will Smith is the world's most famous cuck. The only thing the Inquisition doesn't expect, teleporters. The Uno reverse card of the Spanish Inquisition. No one expected teleporting Filipino guard. Do that. For all our Monty Python fans out there, I know there's one of you. He's on the podcast with me right now.
I'm having a great time. Happened in China in 2012. Video of a man in
just this last weekend, and I was like, hey, I like it. Let's do it.
And I said we should talk about teleportation so we can talk about this story. And Joe went, oh, you were there for that? And I went, I started the conversation. He went, yeah, God will not be mocked, and I know what I experienced. It's like, yeah, we know what you think, dude.
We're mocking you, not God. It used to be called the Department of War, but then it was called the Department of Defense because PR is everything, and now it's called the Department of War again.
Because PR is everything.
It's still so popular. Yeah, exactly. You think so?
We're the strategic Office of Strategic Services. Like, oh shit, what are you doing? Central Intelligence Agency meet. It's like, all right, what are you doing? You're up to something.
That was a good clip. That these pirates make him walk the plank or whatever they had to do. I'm sorry, walk the prank. Okay, Joe, we're finally done doing the podcast.
Okay, that's going at the end.
I have to do it, dude.
It is real.
Israel. You don't know how real this is, and now I'm bringing up Israel.
I do want to say that teleportation is real.
That's the third time you brought up Israel in this podcast.